Hey guys, I think that this beautiful frame today, this is on you guys. Pick this beautiful frame today. I mean, she is a beauty. She just needed to be re-glued in the back. Her down period first. See if you can see her. She was running a little ragged in the back. She was old gold. And by the old gold, I mean the old gold. You see this real old gold. So and she's really heavy too, and beautiful, real beautiful. I went ahead and glued back down the board on the back, and she's glued now. Made sure that this part's not glued as well. We got our glass in her backing. To have that out of the way. I then went in. I've actually gone and put in this part white with a kind of an off-white chalk paint. Typically what I have around the house, period, because I redo furniture whenever I'm capable of it. Take chalk paint, and I actually distress just like I would my furniture and stuff before it completely dries out. And she'd be ready to go just like that if that's what I was going for. But of course, I did not want that. I wanted a full other effect. So the first thing I did was you'll actually be able to see it on this end better. As you'll see this rust and everything. It's called a red rust, and it actually is a Finnabar paint. It's Rust Effect paste, and it is red rust. Everything is sold by Prima. This red rust, I'll be using it along with what looks like mustard. It's also an artist grade is a Finnabar artist extra. I can even finish that Rust Effect paste, gold rust from Prima. And then it's part of the Prima Finnabar line. I'll be using it as well. And then I use some mica dust. Once I use an actual wax paste. I'm having a serious word retrieval problem tonight, guys, so please bear with me. But this is the actual wax paste that I'm using. And this wax paste is one that I really like. And even though it's a clear wax paste, that you'll actually see chameleon on it. And the reason why I like that blue is, you see, it's a blue chameleon. And you can see up here where it's already been used, and you can see why it's called a blue chameleon. It has that blue effect. I've already used, you can see right here at the rumpus, I've already used an actual powder right here. These are the Frank Garcia from Prima. Memory Hardware. This is Merlot. Around the rumpus here, around the foot here. You see that rich, reddish, purplish kind of. You can see it back up here now. It's already been used here, but because of that blue wax, you can't really tell that's the color. And that's the thing I like about it, is when you start mixing all the colors together, I don't want to be able to tell, that it was my selected colors. I want it to be like that it's been sitting out in the weather and you can't really tell the colors of it. So that's the great part about those things. I want it to be that it was more of a God-made weathering than a man-made weathered look. So you can see her face, how it's starting to come about, and how it's starting to look around her neck. You can tell in between her wings that I also had used some of the patina and everything, Venetian patina and everything. Again, it's the Frank Garcia memory hardware from Prima. Sorry, I don't have my work light directly on her. And so I've got to put a little bit on her wings, and the very edges right there on her wings. I've got her down from the camera. And then you see the very tip of her head. It has still got to be completely done. So that is what I'm fixing to do right now. I have to get my work light set back up so we can see over here. I'm going to move this paste out of the way. It's a heavy little piece, so she's sturdy. It's a little too sturdy for me to be picking up and down as well. I may still have enough strength to work. So bear with me. And part of why my war retrieval is not working is picking that piece up and down. And a little rag here. I like, I have an envelope here. One is that I like getting envelopes and stuff dirty because I use them in my journals. And so therefore I like things to have markings and stuff on them, real life markings. I like using the frame because it holds everything in there. It's kind of like my little tray. So you can see the consistency of this paste, and I'm going to use the actual lid as my little palette here. And then I'm going to back this up some. I'm just going to start to dab because I don't want it to be all glob in there because it will start to dry quickly. Take it off yet just because. I need to be able to lift it up where I did not get the wings earlier. And it's just a real rough bristle type brush, wiry type brush, just because working with it, it has a grit to it. Again, with the rust effect, it's kind of like it had little pieces of rust in it almost. Kind of like it has sand in it, you can hear it hit. I'm just going to take as much as I can that's still on the brush and just dry brush that's there. Nothing go to waste. And I'm completely out of the frame now. And really all I'm doing is getting everything I possibly can off that brush. And these are cheaper brushes. It does not matter that I am beating this brush to death. I just want to get as much as I can off of it. These were my good brushes. It would matter. You do not abuse a brush this way. Do not treat your brushes this way. Just gotta put her down right there. And from this angle, I can tell that I need to go in between these holes with some. Just want all this white showing. I'm just putting a base down before. I need to scream. Tell me I'm out of frame. I'm in the way too. What does it do to record it, Sonya? You're in anybody's way. So can you see now? It's real serious, like a coffee grains are in there or something. This is probably not how Bar would tell you to do it. No, Bar would tell you to have fun. Tell you she has a beautiful way of doing it with everything that she does. So, and art is your way of perceiving it. By all means, there's not a right way or wrong way to do it. Have fun. If you're not having fun, there's the wrong way of doing it. Not having fun. That is the wrong way. The wonderful thing about art, it's everyone's perception. It's your art, it's yours. Lately, I've met some wonderful, talented people through YouTube family that is Disney, more Disney related. That one artist, he's a painter, delightful gentleman. He's phenomenal artist. But I don't want to just give out his name. I mean, I know he wouldn't mind. He's just a wonderful painter, very artistic. Another lady, she is phenomenal. She does ears, mouse ears. I do not even know why Disney has not 100% hired her. One of her ears are just adorable, they're more functional. They make sense. They're comfortable. She is outstanding personality. Her personality and her ears stand out. So, but it is wonderful to meet artistic people. It really is. And most people will always say, well, I'm glad that people are and everything. I'm not, but everybody has an artistic side to them. It's just you have to find your own thing. I love to draw, but I am not Mr. X. I am nowhere near everything. Like I said, next to him I can't draw a stick. And I'm talking about a straight line stick. Next to Miss Ears, I can't even put on ears. So they are phenomenal. Just phenomenal. I will say that she gave some love to one of my videos the other day. Her artistic self, bless her heart. And she's not on YouTube. She's not on Facebook. You have to go find her on Instagram. But I don't have their permission to share their information, so I'm not. But oh, they're so wonderful. So I'm going to show you just in general. Let's just get a little bit more for her face. I'm going to close this up and put it over to the side. Yeah, I've got one flashing that the battery's going low on me. Of course it is. So I don't want it gunked up there, and I've got a bunch on my brush so that I could finish her quickly. Just this. Hopefully I can get her done with just this, and then part 2 I can come back and we'll do some micas. Let that extra fall off. I got a lot of extra on my brush. Give me just a second to. What I went and did was just put a little bit of water on my brush, because the other's already there. Just kind of want the rust to smear around. So we see this right there, how it was white earlier, is how this oh come on Sonny, you know, it's like looking in a mirror trying to find how she started off, and everything was the white face, and so I put on the red. It's kind of like a reminder, just never give up, to keep going. And when you think, especially with art, when you think that it's okay, that's not what I want it to look like, it's because you're not finished. Never give up. Never stop. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this literally right in my lap. So hopefully we can get a shot of put this one over here. What we need to do. For the waxes, and make sure your hands are cleaned off. I'm just going to literally just take my finger into the wax itself. That first one there. I have a second wax. Just want to look and see how it's going to look. It's not an opaque type wax, so I want to see first. Yeah. And actually it's putting some of that gold back into it, so if you can see. Right at her knee. Just get that wax off of me. It's a white gold wax. Make sure that's tightened up. See where I put it. But not the so look I want to go for. But the problem, not the problem, thing is that it's not necessarily going to look because you're not finished. Powders, always with mica, any type of powders or mica or anything. So these are artisan powders and everything. They're similar to micas anyway. So I always put my brush in there. Put my brush in it. They come like this. I then actually just do it over to the side. And put this here where it cannot fall. And then I actually just take and put around so I rub a little bit of the actual wax in because I don't want the wax into my actual brush. So I always rub it in. Now this is a clay color, it's darker. And this one I haven't completely opened all the way. I'll end up getting And a little, and just dump it into there. Same way as before. Works the same way. And tone down some of that merlot. Some of the blues. Before I go any further on it, I'll take and put just regular. This is a little cheap makeup brush. I go in and I rub in. This actually helps rub in my actual wax. It buffs it in there, and it actually takes any of the extra mica and rubs it into there as well. Rubs both of them together. Now these